All right, guys. Welcome. Let me get this going over here at TikTok. Okay. Everybody's live. All right. What's up? What they call Derek. Good to see you. All right, guys. So you guys are aware, I am Blizzard. You guys saw him in the chat last week. The Blizzard employee. And they are negotiating we're talking about partnering. They sent me a 15-page contract. It's like, holy cow. But anyway, it's in the works. Don't know if it's gonna happen or not. We'll see. So today is for you guys that work during the week. And you can't get in during our weekday boss runs. So this is really for you. All right. So, and I'm marked unavailable right now. What's up, Faulty? What's up, Heartless? Good to see y'all. So keep in mind that let's give them at least 5 or 10 minutes to get in. I'm not marked available yet, and join the group, because if they're working during the week, they can't get into this group normally. So this run is really for them. However, if there's not enough of them to fill the group, then we'll, of course, let anybody join. We can do, if people are below Torment, my day's going great, Dakota. What's new this season? It's just the witchcraft stuff. What's up, Eat Well? If maybe you're at Torment 2 or Torment 1 and you want to get to Torment 4, I can drop down, I can run you through a high pit. And we can get that taken care of. We can go run bosses. I got a lot of Grigori mats today that I would like to go run some Grigori. What else? We could go do an Infernal Horde. I'm not sure how many of those I have before I say that. We got some. All right. So we can do whatever anybody needs. So back ruins. Yeah, back ruins are tough. I don't have any either. Back ruins are tough for sure. Yeah, back ruins are a tough one to get. So I'm going to go ahead and mark myself available if you want. Like I said, you guys let me know what you need. If you need a high pit run, we'll do that. If you need Infernal Hordes, we'll do that. If you want to go farm for mythics and run bosses, we'll go do that. Whatever you want. I don't need anything. I'm golden. By the way, I created a third character. I now have this character. I have my Razorwing Spiritborn, and I have a Cataclysm Druid. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself available. Let me do that. And there we go. I'm now available. I am right now carrying a bunch of Grigori maps. You need Obudicite. All right, Heartless, come in. Let's get you some Obudicite. We'll go do some Obudicite. We'll go do some Infernal Hordes. Anybody else? I mean, we could also do a high pit. The Spiritborn Mythics. It's Spiritborn Mythics. What am I going to think here? It depends on the build. There are some good Mythics for Spiritborn for sure. Always the Ring of Starless Skies is always a good Mythic to have for almost any class. All right, Cuddle, come on in. Do it. You guys, what's up? Scarlet. You guys, this is how you do it. Let me put it in here. You should do a friend request to that. Let me put it over on TikTok. I got a lot of chats, guys, so we're streaming everywhere. You need to do a friend request to that. I accept your friend request, just like this. You then do a request to join group. No, this is not PoE. Yeah, we're done with PoE. We jumped from PoE to this to season 7. There you go. Now you're in. We have room for one more person. I was hoping Guess Who was going to be on, because he's been asking. What's up, Chris? Good to see you.
Dead.
Guess Who has been asking for a weekend run for a while, and I told him we'd be here today. So I guess what we're gonna do. All right, so we're full. People want Obudicite runs, so we're gonna start off by going straight to the infernal hordes. Let me just drink up some potions here real quick so you all can get a little boost from that. And then we'll do this. All right, there we go. All right, let's go there. Let's go grab some ovidicite for you all. Feeding a baby, yeah, that's not good, bro. Here, guys, I'll put it in here again. That's me. That's me. All right, let's go ahead and kill this and get this done. How many waves did I have here? Oh, it's only 6 waves. Sorry, guys. We'll do 2 of them. We'll do 2. I didn't realize it was only 6. That's all I got. So if you really want to get a lot of ovidicite, it's better to do a 10, but we're gonna do a 6 here. That's all I have. We'll do 2 of them. That'll give you enough that you'll be able to at least. Wow, big lag right there. What was that? Don't worry if you die. Don't worry if you die. Don't worry. Suffering a little bit of lag today, I see. I'm not ready. I'm out of fury. I'm not ready yet. I'm out of fury. All right, make sure you gather up all of your drops, and there we go. You guys can go ahead and choose if you want. That's fine. Always take anything that's hellborn. Always take anything that'll cause everything to spawn faster. And you'll be golden. Don't worry. I mean, it's only a wave 6, so I mean, we're not gonna like be piling in. We're full. Sorry. No, this is not Path of Exile 2. No way. No. I'm all done playing Path of Exile 2. I've said it a million times. I'm a Path of Exile 1 guy. I was very disappointed with Path of Exile 2. I just have to wait for it to cook a little longer. I think it's just got too many issues for me. I don't like it. Again, we're full. Man, I make some changes to my gear. I don't know if I like the change. So we'll do 2 of these real quick, and then we'll go do some boss farming and grab some mythics for you guys. Oops. Sorry guys, I was kind of watching chat screen there for a minute. I apologize for that. So what does endgame look like this season? I just hit 6 years and got to Torment 1 yesterday. There is no endgame. I mean, it's just Durell, all the bosses. Diablo 4 hasn't come up with a solution yet for endgame. Hopefully, they will. Don't have enough fuel. As of right now, it's farming bosses for mythics is really it. I mean, that's really it. This is my end game. I help other people get their gear, get what they want, get them where they can get to the bosses. Hopefully they can pay it forward. We geared up a lot of people over the last 6 seasons for sure. A lot, a lot. Not just me, the people I gear up, go and help others. And it's been great.
Not ready yet. I must wait.
All right, I'm falling way behind on the chat, and I apologize, but I just can't stay alive and. Man, I'm getting distracted with that. I apologize, guys. I am. Sorry. Thank you, Dakota. Appreciate it. Appreciate that.
I'm not ready yet. I don't have enough fury. Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Oh, no worry, AH. I'm barely even reading the chat right now, to be honest with you. I keep going and reading it, and I can't reply, really. I'm just trying to. Yeah, no worries, bro. No worries. I've kind of let my team down a little bit here because I've been watching chat too much during this fight.
Not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Not ready yet.
Okay, so gather up anything that's still on the ground that you need. Oh, we got somebody down here. All right, and then we're gonna go in here and kill these bosses, and they're pretty fast. It's pretty fast. Don't worry. Okay. So if you want Obusite, you know which one to open. It's this one right here. All right. If you want gear, it's going to be the one that says for 200. We're going to gather up everything we want. We're going to go out, and I'll start up another one so you can make sure you can get as much Obusite as I can give you. All right. So let's go ahead, and if you need to make some room in your gear, let's go ahead and do that real quick. And then I'll start up another one. And just give me a second here, everyone, so I can get caught up on the chat because I'm way behind. We do not have room. We are full right now. I am running a Hammer of the Ancients Earthquake build. Okay. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. Did we just lost somebody? Oh, and the network kicks you out. I got you. Looks like you switched to the Mantle of Mountain's Fury. I've been using this mantle pretty much from the beginning. I like it, and I'm going to tell you, I've compared it. I've compared it to the Hair of Perdition. I mean, not Hair of Perdition, to what's the freaking thing? Shroud of False Death, and the mantle does a better job. In my opinion, the mantle's better. So okay, go ahead. Heartless, you're running a 10. You want to start? If you have a 10, you can go ahead and start it. All I have is 6. I have 1 6 left, and I was like, if we could just go run that. Well, here's how we do it, guys. And you guys have, I've here, let me put it in here. The way we do this is me. You do a friend request to me in the game. I accept it. Let me put it on this chat. And then when I say that we have a room for one or room for any, you do a request to join. Don't ask, because if you do, it'll be too late. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know you were doing that. I'm trying to watch too many things. I'm sorry, Heartless. All right. So when I say we have room, then you just do a request to join. If you wait, somebody else is going to beat you to it for sure.
Not ready yet.
Freaking tornado thing is just tornado is it's just pulling them away before I can even get a single hit in. Don't even need, nobody else needs to be here. Just let the tornado do all the work, and it does a great job. I don't use it, but it does do a good job of pulling everything in.
Not ready yet.
Eric, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I am using the ugly bastard helmet, the helm. My ring, one is a ring of starless skies. The other one is just a normal ring with aspects on it. Oh, Dakota, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Daryl, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Not ready yet.
They're not lasting long, that's for sure. Here we go. Good job, guys. My glyphs are not very high on this character. In fact, none of my characters, because I really don't like the pit at all. I can't stand it. I only do it if you guys need it. But yeah, I don't level my glyphs all the way up. I've never needed to. Once I start dropping Darrell before he gets out of the hole, then I'm fine. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I don't need to level anymore. I'm going to create my next character, you know? If I did level him to 100, it would definitely help his damage, but I don't really care. I've already have everything I need, all my mythics for all of my characters. I just do this for you guys. That's it. And then when I get all you guys geared up, I leave and go play another game for a few weeks, probably a good month. month and a half, and then I come back on the next season. That's how we've been doing it for 6 seasons now.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm not a guy who cares about high pits. I don't care about any of that kind of stuff. I have my fun, then I leave.
Don't have enough.
I usually leave to go play PoE 1. We did go play PoE 2, but we went back to PoE 1 after doing PoE 2. I like PoE 1 better.
I'm not ready yet.
Now PoE 2 will get there, surely. I'm sure it will. It's new.
I'm not ready.
Early release, but yeah, I went back to PoE 1. $156 so far. We're going into wave 5. That's not good. Let's see if we can make it better. It usually improves as further you go on a wave 10.
Not ready yet.
It's already dead before I get there. Good team right here.
Not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Trying to watch too many chats, man. Yeah, Deathblow is supposed to be pretty badass this season, especially after some of the things they tweaked. It's supposed to be pretty good. Yeah, Mantle after. Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I was not using the mantle before it got fixed. It was too broken, but since they fixed it, it's much improved, which is why I switched to it. I was using something totally different. I don't even remember what it was at that time. I think it was just an ancestral piece.
I'm not ready yet.
The mantle, though, since they fixed it, it's improved a lot. So I'm surprised I haven't seen Guess Who today. He was the guy that was really wanting these runs. He even had me confirm it with him. I'm surprised I don't see him. Yeah, I play Spearborn. I have a Razorwing Spearborn. I like it. It's been pretty fun. I always try to do the builds that nobody really plays too much of. So I really like the Spearborn Razorwing. He's been pretty fun. That's Bug right there. A Cataclysm Druid. It's kind of a different spin on the Cataclysm Druid a little bit. Mainly just because of the gear choices. And I've been thinking about creating a dancing with, a barrage rogue. Rain with arrows rogue, basically. But I haven't gotten around to it yet. I don't play a whole lot unless it's on stream, so. And because most of my streams I'm busy doing this, it's tough for me to do anything else. If I see the tornadoes going that way, I'm just turning around and going the other way. You know, they've got it taken care of. They've got it covered. There is a journey that, I mean, I've already got my journey completed, but there is part of the season journey is to get 750 ethers in one of these. So maybe we get that here, and that'll help you guys on the journey if you need it. I don't know if you need it or not.
I must wait.
Oh.
Not ready yet.
I'm not worried about it. It's okay. Choice. I am not. That's why I let you guys make the choices on the thing. I'm not worried about it. It's still better than zero. You know what I mean? It's fine. Everything's gonna work out. It's fine. That's bug right there. Look at that. That was weird. Or it's real bad lag. Could have been that too.
I must wait. Not ready yet.
A lot of lag today. A lot. I'm noticing a whole bunch of it. Really strange. I had a whole bunch of it last night. I got on last night to mess around with my druid, and it was so laggy. It was just so hard to play.
Not ready yet.
All right. Okay. There's a lot of ether dropping right now, that's for sure.
I'm not ready yet.
I'm surprised you guys needed Obi to sight. You guys were all pretty solid here. Okay. Let's grab that. Yeah, some of the options that you get, some of the choices are always. The Spiritborn is still pretty good this season. I mean, after they balanced it and everything, it's actually been more fun. Okay, so I hope that that's enough Obi to sight for everybody, because what I would like to do is I would like to go empty our bags and go start some Grigori runs. Unless, well, you guys are all geared up enough. What makes a build good, because I struggle to even get to pit level 80. Christopher, I think, oh hell, more options. It depends on like what your build is, Christopher, too. I mean, that can make a big difference depending on like what your class is and what build you're doing. It can make a big difference on how well you're going to perform in pits. And sometimes it's just making a few tweaks, you know, like aspect changes or paragon changes or glyph changes. All right, so let's go ahead. What I'd like to do, and I'm not seeing anybody, let's do Oh, you're welcome, Cuddle. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys. So we have an opening. So if you want to do, you request to join now. We're gonna go and do some Grigori, everyone, which is gonna be right there. Let me mark it. You're welcome. You're welcome, Cuddle. You're welcome. Hopefully that helped you. I've actually been running above 110 pits already. Though it's just with this piece. So I think I'm running like a 115-ish, I think. I think it's 115 is where I'm at. I can't because I'm low. What do you mean you can't because you're low, Adeline? I want to understand what you're at. Are you saying because you're a lower torment level? Is that it? I mean, you're not at torment 4? Toxic, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, okay, because you're not at torment 4. Yeah, that's why that's why at the beginning of the stream I was trying to gather people that needed high pit runs, because that way we could go do it and get you there. My only suggestion is maybe we'll have time at the end of this. It's very hard to do, because not hard, but I want to get as many of those type of people in that group that need it. Because I'm not a big fan of running pits. In fact, people that know me know I hate them, but I do it for you guys if you need it. And I'll just go in and run a 100 real fast, and that'll get you to T4. I do this Monday through Friday, Sunday through Friday. If you can catch me then at 11 a.m., it can happen. I can drag it to a pit to get. Cuddle is okay. Wait. Hang on, guys. Where is it? Adeline. If you come to my Twitch chat, my Twitch channel, there is a person, Cuddle, right now is offering to run you through a high level pit to get that done for you. That's awesome of Cuddle. Awesome, Adeline. So you would have to come to the Twitch chat, and they've put their game information in there already, or their gamer tag. And it's actually, you don't even have to. If you're in the game, it's Cuddle Bear, Cuddle, C-U-D-D. Here, you know what? Let's do that. It is... All right. That person is willing to help you. They'll drop down to whatever level you are, and they'll run you through a high level pit. Here's the thing. When you go into that pit, stay by the door. Don't go any further. Let them run the whole thing. You'll see a red port open up. That's your signal then to go into that you can go proceed. They'll go in and kill the boss, and you'll go in and grab all the stuff, and you'll be able to go torment 4, if that makes sense. So add them as a friend in the game. I gave you their info, and they're willing to help you out right now. That's awesome. Thank you, Cuddle. There was somebody too that needed a lift ruin, and I don't remember who it was. You're welcome, Adeline. Hopefully it's going to help you. If not, let me know. If not, let me know, and we'll figure something out. Not ready yet. Chumba usually runs people through high pits too while we're doing this, but I know he had a late stream last night. He was streaming pretty late. I saw his info pop up on my phone. Okay, there we go. First mythic right there. It's the sword. It's probably going to be a Benton. It's going to be the grandfather. Let's see. Nope, Doombringer. We have it multiple times, but we'll take another one. All right. This is why I wish they would let us trade mythics with party members, because I'm going to tell you guys, I don't need any of these mythics. I'm breaking them all. I've got all of my alts and everything are geared. And I wish if we could trade it with party members, it would be fair, because the whole party has helped take this boss down. Hopefully we can convince them to make that change, because I think that would be a good change. I hate to see it all get broke, because I break so many. So before we get too far here, guys, does anybody need any of these? I don't need them. If you need them, go ahead and grab them. They're all yours. XAL and Theo are both pretty good ones too. They're hard to get sometimes, so if you need them, grab them. I'm not going to use them. I have a stash full of ruins already. Oh, I gotta go to town. We're full. Yeah, you can trade items in PoE too. Yeah. Well, you can trade items in this game too. I mean, you just can't trade mythics. PoE 2's got all kinds of other problems, so bro, I'm gonna tell you, I left. I mean, I played in the maps, and then this season started, we jumped. I did not lie. I was really disappointed with it. In fact, I uninstalled it. I went back to playing PoE 1 on my off time. I really was not happy with PoE 2. It just felt so dumbed down, and just, I hated it. I mean, it's a strong word, but I really prefer PoE 1 over it. And PoE 2 hopefully will get better as time goes. It's very early, but some of the core game mechanics I hated, and those aren't going to change. Like the ruin system, that ain't going to change. Those are the dumbest things ever. The way they do gems, the gatekeeping, I just couldn't, I could not get into it. I tried. We tried. I thought the bosses were cool. I'll say that. The bosses were cool, but I said the same thing about the bosses in PoE 1 on the first day I did those too. I thought those were super cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into a big discussion of it, because I know people really don't like my feelings on it, and I've made them pretty well known in the forums as well, and so have other PoE 1 veterans, that the game is just too dumbed down. They could have added every single thing that's in PoE 2 could have been added to PoE 1. Every single thing. There's no new things. There's no new open world. There's no reason for it to have been a sequel. And they took away, in my opinion, a really good product, PoE 1, which is going to disappear for something that I think is inferior. But, you know, it's early release. It'll get better. But, yeah, it's... I won't play it. Not until it gets some really major updates. Was very disappointed. I really looked forward to it. I was excited, but I was really disappointed with it. You can go to Path of Exile, go to Path of Exile 2 forums, and you'll see there's a lot of people not happy about the game. You can actually see them on Steam too. A lot of unhappy people with the game, but most of those people, if you start digging, a lot of them are PoE 1 veterans that, like myself, that hard for us to let go of a game that was 11 years developed and so good. Hard to let go of that. I just thought everything was inferior in it. I mean, the passive skill tree was weaker. Crafting is way worse than, but anyway, that's just my opinion. Don't mean squat, it's just my opinion. We're full. I started with PoE. I was a PoE player before Diablo player. All right, so yeah, I was a PoE player before I ever came to Path of Exile. I mean, before I ever came to Diablo 4.
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
Yeah, I agree. Probably. I mean, they could probably say the same thing about a lot of different games, I'm sure. Like I said, guy, it's just my opinion. It shouldn't mean a whole lot. All right. It's just an old man's opinion, that's all. I'm just waiting, guys, here. Oh, there we go. We're good. We're good. I do really like PoE 1, not gonna lie. I really love it. I think it's such a superb game.
Not ready yet.
But I understand why GGG did what they did, because a lot of people, I brought a lot of people to PoE 1 with me, and a lot of, people are intimidated by it as their first thing. And I think that's what GGG is trying to get away from. They don't want you to be scared of the game, intimidated by it, and especially the skill tree. But there were some other elements I think that freaked people out. So I mean, definitely I get why they're doing what they're doing. I just, like I said, I really like PoE 1. I am wearing a 4GA Brackenous Wake. Somebody was asking me. I am wearing these right here, 4GA. Perfect rolls. So right now, I've only seen one mythic drop. I've only seen the sword drop. Not good. Yeah, I think the one they called Derek, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, that really is the reasoning behind PoE 2. And, it's... I mean, it truly is the reason. User, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah, I like Raccoonus Wake. I like my Raccoonus Wake. Here's the thing about defense. Honestly, they can't kill me now. I mean, my defense is already to where I like it. I mean, they can't kill me now. What I need more is damage. I spent a lot of time making this guy tanky, very tanky. They can't kill me, but my damage is lower than what I like right now. It'll get there. It's just that he's going to require some Paragon points to do it. I have to put more points in my martial glyph, and his damage is just going to come up naturally. But I mean, honestly, in my opinion, this is me, this character, and how I do Diablo 4. In my opinion, this character's done. That's why I've moved on. I've got two other characters now. You can see if you go here, his glyphs are only at 79, 78, 78, 78, 77, but he can do everything I need him to do. So there's no reason really for me to do any more to him. Now, if I was trying to run a 150 pit, which I don't, but if I was trying to, I would definitely have to make some big time changes in here. A lot. But it's not something that I tend to do ever. I run pit when users ask me if they can get a high level pit. I do that. But this character, in my opinion, for me, the way I play the game, this guy is done. I test all of my builds at Durrell. I take every one build I make and I go to Durrell, and if I can kill Durrell before he gets totally out of the hole, then I know it's where I want it. If he makes it out of the hole and takes one step, then I know, well, not good enough. Most people don't, most people are after high level pits and things like that. I'm not. I do this and that's it. This is like for me, I'm at the end game now where I'm helping others. I'm going to help people get geared up for the next week or two, and then I'll be leaving and I'll be going to play in a different game. And then when season 8 comes, I come back and I do the exact same thing. I gear up all of my characters. I help people get geared, and then I go to the next game. I mean, one season we did Once Human and First Descendants, and Most of the time it was the PoE. Last season we did PoE 2. Because I agree with the one they called Derek. Once you get to a certain point in this game, it gets very repetitive. There you go, another mythic just dropped. That's 2. It's been kind of a slow drop rate. It gets kind of where you're just doing repetitive stuff. You can only build so many characters, you know what I mean? Which is hence the reason why I've been really begging for some type of end game content. And I've made some couple suggestions on end game content, but it hasn't happened. I do Andariel. I only do Andariel though, which we could with this group, because this group is pretty strong. Because if I have a good group, because you can't interrupt Andariel's first phase, and he'll kill some people. Frankenstein Gaming, thank you for your follow, appreciate it. I have not heard anything about season 8 yet. You guys know that you guys that were here last week saw the Blizzard employee in my chat, and they are talking to me about a partnership. It's a 15-page contract though. It's a lot of stuff, but that would give me some insight into season 8 stuff and into some early stuff. But I don't know much yet at all. We just started this discussion last Thursday with Blizzard, so yeah, we'll see how that happens. What I recommended to them was this, just quick and easy, something they could do right now today. Back in the day, if you guys played the early seasons, this used to have a choice. You could have regular or you could have torment. I would like to see that go like Darrell level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up, and each level he scales in difficulty, or Grigori, or wherever you're at. They would scale in difficulty. Would be at least something different, something that you could continue doing until there is some better end game content for this game. It is a big problem in this game, I will say that. I totally agree. I've said it from the beginning. When the damage says that's 6 trillion, correct? There's 6T procs. Yes. Yeah, subtle. Yep. I already played Path of Exile 2 slowly. I was very disappointed in it. I deleted it off my hard drive. I went back to playing PoE 1. I grew up on PoE 1, okay? I love PoE 1. I actually was very disappointed in how dumbed down PoE 2 was. I really was. I just couldn't believe it. And I played it. I mean, we played one maps, then that was it. I was like, okay, I can't handle how dumbed down this game is. I just hated it.
What will it be?
I mean, I know everybody keeps saying, why aren't you playing PoE 2? Well, when I was playing PoE 2, all the trolls were coming and saying, why aren't you playing Diablo? Like, are you guys kidding me, man? Like, why can't people just like, if you don't want to watch what I'm playing, don't watch. I mean, it's like, holy smokes. It's like a troll for every game, I swear. It's just crazy. Yeah, I love PoE 1. I love it. Absolutely love PoE 1. Grew up with PoE 1. Just, 11 years of development. Now, PoE 2 will probably, in a year, will probably be a totally different looking game. Maybe that was a 4GA right there. Right there. Twin strikes. But does anybody need those? Anybody here need these? Here. Anybody need that? If you want to sell it, whatever you want to do to it, because I'm only going to break it.
Impressive.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it. If you want it, grab it. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Because I am not going to use it. It's just going to end up getting broken by me. Hey, if you guys hang on here for a minute, I'm going to throw a bunch of ruins on the ground again. Oh, Adeline. Yeah, we're full Adeline. Adeline must have got to 4 though. That's good news. Glad to see that, Adeline. Glad to see that. I do this, guys, Sunday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. So if you do not get in on this, that's okay. Just try to catch me in on another one. You just want to make sure that you're friends with me. So then all you have to do is do request to join. That makes it super fast.
Not ready yet.
And I did see some people, I think. No, we already approved them all. Oh, I left an axe on the ground over there.
Well done.
Will the difficulty level increase mythic drop? Yes, technically exactly how Oasis just explained it. Yes, the higher the torment level you play, the more, well, let's say this, more pieces drop. So more pieces dropping means higher chance of a mythic dropping, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's kind of what Oasis was saying, the exact same thing. His answer is absolutely correct. But you can get a mythic at Torment 1. In fact, I've often recommended for people that, hey, they say, well, I can't run Torment 4 yet. Okay, go run it at lower one level, and you'll just kill the bosses like crazy. If you're a Torment 3 now, if you go down to a Torment 2, that boss is going to go down fast. He's going to go down fast. And you just do that over and over until you get mythics to drop. But again, more drops occur the higher your level, your higher difficulty level. Yeah, the boss difficulty tier, exactly. If you're at Torment 1, you're going to still have a chance to get mythics. However, less pieces are going to drop. So less percentage of a chance for a mythic, if that makes sense, I hope. So if I'm at Torment 4, this is how many I'm dropping, a lot. And so the odds of maybe one of them be a mythic is better than the, 1 out of 10 is better than 1 out, well, not necessarily. I shouldn't say it that way. That makes it confusing. So here, guys, I don't know if you need these. Here they are. We're going to go do some Durrell too. I just want to run this guy for a while. There you go. We got a friend request there. We'll accept that real fast. Got it. Oh, how the bosses would drop. Yeah, I would like to see that the boss drops. It's like this, more pieces. If you go up to like the next level in boss difficulty, if they were to add that feature where you could change it here, yeah, I would like to see for each level, then each level has to definitely drop more pieces. Maybe not more mythics, but just more pieces in general, which is more chances for mythics. I also believe, though, that if you're going to do that change, you probably have to have more mythics, more things to offer, because there probably, as of today, are not enough to do it like my idea, but I'm just trying to find a way that they could make it a little more interesting, and it would be very simple to do with what they have today. I also think that, they could do a really cool, like, now the Citadel. I don't like the Citadel too much because of what it drops. But if they did the Citadel and it made something like that and made it drop some really cool stuff, could be fun. I also think that Lilith should have a bigger role in the game than what she does right now. Her drops are kind of, I mean, really nothing, you know, and you get an achievement, but she's the cover of the game. You would think that she should be dropping something extremely unique. I think would be really cool. You could make her a little bit more like me. I'll be honest with you. I haven't ran Lilith since season 4 because there's just no reason for me to run her. She doesn't give me anything I need. I don't need a spark. I already got tons of sparks. I don't need, I want her to drop some piece of unique gear that only she drops. That then would be very cool. And you would make one rare piece for each class. That would be very cool because you would have a reason then to go run her. Now, of course, the problem is that one piece may not be good for your build, but it may be as well too. And if you made the piece generic enough where you could make it good for almost, like the Ring of Starless Skies is good for almost nearly every build. Not every build, but nearly every build. Like my Cat of Druid does not wear the Ring of Starless Skies. But most builds, that's a pretty common piece that they're using.
Not ready yet.
Good morning, Dan. Dakota, take care. Be safe. Be safe. Have a good day at work. Working on Sunday, bro. Working on Sunday. You are hardcore, my friend. My son works on Sunday sometimes too. Yeah, you can stand right on top of him. But I mean, he's going down already fast enough for me anyway.
Not ready yet.
Cool. Yeah, single spark, one time only. That is a hard reason. You know, that makes it very hard for me to want to go to Lilith. Okay, let's do some Beast in the Ice, you guys. We have a Beast in the Ice suggestion. Let me change up mats here. We'll go do some Beast in the Ice. Let's go do that. Good idea. Good idea. Let me throw these in here. All right, so Beast in the Ice, everyone. Yep, it's marked. Good job. That's where we're going.
I need time to do that.
I'll drink it. Well, you guys don't need it probably. I see you guys are a pretty good group. I was gonna say I'll drink another potions to help you guys out, but it doesn't look like you guys need much help out, to be honest. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you on this boss here this season for me. For me, this season, this boss and Zir have been really poor at dropping mythics, but that might not be why you're here. You may be coming here because you need some of the uniques they're gonna drop, because each boss is gonna drop a set of uniques. And I do not remember what this guy drops, to be honest. I'd have to look it up real quick. No, I don't need no mats, bro. We're good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Lilith was giving people 2 and 3 sparks at the beginning, and they fixed that. Yeah. How the runes work in D4. Okay, let's take a quick lesson on that. All right. So, a lot of people this season are talking about snapshotting. Snapshotting is huge, 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 huge. All right. So. You see this where it says gain 300 offering on this rune. So if I do what it says, if I cast 5 skills. I'll become exhausted for 3 seconds. I'll gain 300 offering. So what do I do with that offering, right? What do you do with that offering? That offering will then trigger one of these. See how it needs 20 offering? It's going to do the Druid's Lightning Bolt. And if you have 300 of them, that thing's going to go boom, 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 boom. It's going to be firing like crazy. This one requires 300 offering. It's going to do the Earthen Bulwark. All right. This is what they call snapshotting. All right. You're gaining offerings and then you're using the offerings, and it's all happening behind the scenes. So like you can see on my ruins, when I stand still for 0.6 seconds, I'm popping off the barbarian's earthquake. And in this one, when I'm storing my offering and casting a non-basic skill, I'm invoking the barbarian's war cry. Okay, so I'm gaining my offerings and I'm using them. I'm gaining offerings, I'm using them. If that makes sense at all, I hope it does. We had a guy that actually clipped that explanation on one of my streams because he asked the same question as you, Dan, and he clipped that so he could have that for future reference. Got 4 or 5 mythics out of Andariel. Awesome, dude. I like Andariel. I think Andariel is a good play if you have people that can stay alive, because that first phase can't be interrupted, and if you're a little under geared or under armored, C or he or whatever Andariel is, it just annihilate you. And so sometimes I have problems keeping people alive in there, honestly. So I avoid it a lot of times on these runs, but this group could do it. I can see by their Paragon levels, they could handle it. Yeah, one guy died a lot. They die a lot. Infernal Hordes too, if they're just a little under armor, they just get slammed. I feel so bad. It always makes me feel terrible when I'm watching my party members die, because I'm like, I'm supposed to keep you alive and I can't. There's nothing I can do, especially in Infernal Hordes. If you got a person that's under level, as soon as you start it, the entire wave will jump across the screen and jump on them. Go in there someday with somebody that's kind of a low level, and you'll be amazed at how quick the wave just pounces on them and kills them. It's like, holy smokes. I ran one, I forget who I was with, and we had 2 people out of the 4 that just kept dying over and over and over. Oh, there you go. We got a mythic drop. That's only our 3rd mythic today, though. That's pretty shitty. Yeah, Lilith too. Absolutely, Lilith too. Happy Sunday, Jedi. Good to see you. Good to see you. There is no really waiting list here, Jedi. It's basically people get what they need, then they leave, and we have an opening, and I just call it out. I don't use a queue system at all, which I guess I probably should, but I'll tell you what would help my build probably more than anything is if I would get off this build here. But again, like I said, I consider him done. But because I use some weird gear, I use the axe. I use this Ancient's Oath. And I like it because of the damage to close enemies and the cooldown reduction. But I used to use Steel Grasp for leveling, and I just stayed with it. I was just like, you know what? I switched it out to the Grandfather for a while. And I also used the Doombringer here, which most people don't use as well. But I switched out to the Grandfather for a while. It kind of sucks.
Sorry. This will be your last stupid mistake.
I think if we just lay our earthquake down, he's dead as soon as he comes down. Ring of Starless. Hey, there you go. Well, I said this guy has never been very hot for me, but you guys are getting mythics. That's awesome. That's our fourth mythic. Fourth mythic.
Not ready yet.
Oh, if I had to recommend a class to a new player, and especially this season, honestly, so many good classes this season, but probably a new player is probably going to want to start with either, let me think, I'm thinking, man, a barbarian, earthquake, whirlwind, earthquake, or a necromancer bloodwave. Now, the necromancer bloodwave is broke. It's definitely just annihilating everything. So the reason I recommend that to a new player is I pretty can guarantee you you're going to get to the end game, to the bosses, because it's really powerful this season. I have a lot of those aspects now that I'm using now, but of course, because I'm using more mythics than probably most people use, I've had to narrow some of those down. But I mean, let me show you. I am using a lot of those that you brought up. I mean, I am using Kathos, or no, I'm sorry, Earthquakes here, um, Executioner. We're using Edge Master. We're using Intercom. And then you can see that's it, because everything, oh wait, and this Bull Kathos, everything else is, you know, unique. I can't do it, but I am using what I believe are the best aspects that I can fit into my, you know, build. I think my biggest problem is this. I'll tell you. My biggest problem is this. I'll show you. I'll tell you exactly where we're at right now. My biggest issue, if I wanted to make this guy sing like crazy and just beat to death everything, more points right here. This Marshal is super, super important in my build, and way more points need to be put into that, which will happen as time progresses here. And it's this, if I was to make this thing run and run and run, this guy, that would be what I would choose to do. I know the Barbarian really good, man. It's been my favorite class since season 1. It's something that I've done multiple builds on from day one. But I always make my builds a little bit different. I don't try to follow the norm. Right now, I mean, if you wanted to follow the norm, right now the whirlwind, earthquake, or like you said, some of those aspects that you mentioned in pieces would make this guy just, he'd be a destroyer. But I kind of, in my opinion, I go, he's a destroyer enough for me now. He does what I need him to do. Bosses are dead. 115, 120 level pit. I'm happy. Like, okay, that's enough for me. On to the next character. And now I'm thinking about doing a Rain of Arrows rogue, because I played with Aged the other day, and his Rain of Arrow rogue was the best Rain of Arrow rogue I've ever seen. And it made me go, you know what? I remember doing that build. I want to do that again. It was pretty incredible. I mean, the entire screen was just 100% covered with Rain of Arrows, and it was non-stop. They just flowed endlessly. There was no reason for any of us even to be there. He could have just annihilated everything all by himself. It was pretty incredible. Gulak, thank you for that. Well, Caleb, I think most people think that Diablo 2 is probably the best Diablo of them all, and I think they've actually done a remastering of it right now. But I mean, it is a little bit older for sure. And I'm full. This is crossplay. This is Diablo 4 Season 7. This is crossplay, absolutely.
That's the salvage. Come back if you need work.
I think a lot of the barbarian builds are probably using, thank you for that, Risky, are using the same as what you're talking about, Aloysius. I think they're using like 2 mythics. I think they're using the Shroud. I think they're using Starless Skies. And I think, honestly, I think that's the only mythics they're using. We do have room for one more. Thank you, The Real DeGraw. We have one more available right now. If you do a request to join, you're in. You should, there you go. We got it. Good job, Jedi. All right, here we go. Adeline. You're just a little late, Adeline. Just a little late. It's going to open up again, Adeline. It'll open up again. Let's give Jedi a little bit of time to get in here, guys. See, I uninstalled PoE 2. I'm a PoE 1 guy. I grew up with PoE 1. I played PoE 2, played it through. Really disappointed in it. Really disappointed that we're going to give up PoE 1 for a dumbed down version. I'm being honest. I really didn't like it. I thought it was a super dumbed down version. I felt everything in it could have been added to PoE 1. Instead, they wanted to do a dumbed down version of PoE 1 because people were all intimidated by PoE 1. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't have a whole lot of positive to say about PoE 2. I just don't. I agree with all those old-time veterans that are on the forums and in Steam complaining about it with the same remarks I'm making. I agree with them 100%. But, I mean, it's early release, so PoE 1 was developed for 11 years. I mean, and I loved it. I loved it. But you can go to my YouTube channel. You can go anywhere, any of my channels, and see that we did Last Epoch, Lost Ark, PoE 1, PoE 2, Diablo 4, Diablo 3. Once Human. I mean, oh, we've done so many games, man. Mode. PoE 2 is dumbed down mode. I mean, honestly, crybabies crying about PoE 1 being too hard. Honestly, I'm telling it the way I see it. I mean, I played PoE 1 for a lot of years. I did. If you go to my YouTube channel, go watch my videos. I did one on the Mad Wolf video, and I said right at the end, we downed him like nothing. And I was like, and you guys are crying about this game being too hard, really. And people got pissed that I said that. And they were like, well, that's because you're an elitist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. No, it's because I came from PoE 1, which is actually hard, to this game, which is to PoE 2, which is easy. But anyway, that's just me. My opinion. I'm an old man. My opinion don't mean a whole lot. But when you bring it up in my chat, I'm going to tell it to you straight. I uninstalled PoE 2. I went back to playing PoE 1.
This will be your last stupid mistake.
I brought a lot of people with me that have played PoE 2 and PoE 1. I brought some people to PoE 2. I brought a lot to PoE 1. And I always told them to keep Diablo 4 on your computer, because this is the perfect game to come to after you get frustrated in PoE 1. And you play PoE 1 maybe 6 hours, you want to pull your hair out. This game is perfect. Come to this game. You can have a blast without a whole lot of stress. And then when you feel better, you go back to PoE 1. He didn't even appear, did he? He was dead before he even hit the ground. Oh, I have a lot of boss bats, a lot. But I mean, if you were to compare PoE 1 to D4, or you know, I mean, both games, but PoE 1, I just think is a massive success, and I'm really saddened that it's going to be replaced with what PoE 2 has shown so far. I mean, I really am. It's just, and of course it's early, and I know it could change, but there are parts of that core mechanic in that game that are not going to change, and that's a problem. And luckily, I'm not the only one with this opinion. I mean, I know it's just an opinion, but you can go to the forums and you read it over and over and over and over and over. There's a whole lot of veterans that really are displeased with the new product. Now, if it would have had something new, like an open world or something like that, the sequel makes sense. But there's nothing new. It could have been added to PoE 1, but they couldn't do that because there's too many crybabies that think PoE 1 is too hard. So what did they do? They said, okay, we're going to make a whole new game that's going to be PoE 1 only dumber. I'm sorry, man. I know it sounds brutal, but it's absolute truth. So if you were a person that really loved PoE 1, you may not really love PoE 2. And people, when I say that, they get really bent. And they're like, they take it as an insult. And it's like, well, hey, Grinding Gear Games has made it very well known why they created PoE 2. It was because people were intimidated by PoE 1. Straight up, that was their answer. That's why they did it. So what does that tell you? Now there were some cool things. I mean, like the bosses were cool in PoE 2. But I said the same thing when I saw the first bosses in PoE 1. First time I fought Malachi in PoE 1, I thought he was the coolest boss I'd ever seen. But I can tell you this, PoE 2 is no longer on my PC and PoE 1 is. Tell you that. So still only 4 mythics so far this morning. Been kind of a slow drop right here. Yeah, I thought PoE 2 was super easy. I really did. I mean, I made videos on YouTube. People are all pissed off about my videos because we downed the boss on first try. And we're like, hey, Green Bean, thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, we're like, hey, in fact, I made the comment in the video and you guys are saying this is hard. And oh my God, people just threw a fit. Oh, you're an elitist. That's because you play this game 16 hours a day, which I didn't. You know, and video after video after video, I show how easy the bosses are. And it's like, people really got upset about it. Yeah, this is Diablo 4. Yeah, people really, really got upset that I was saying the bosses were easy and making videos of showing how simple they were. And yeah, it really pissed off people. This is a barbarian. This is a barbarian. Just wait here a little bit, waiting for Jedi, guys. Waiting for Jedi to get here. Oh, there he is. But like I said, I mean, I always told people when I brought them to PoE 1 and the few that I brought to PoE 2, I told them, keep Diablo on your computer because this is the game you're going to want to come to when you're frustrated. If you get frustrated, like PoE 1, if you PoE 2, either way, if you got frustrated, you come to this game, you play it for an hour, you feel way better. Way better. And then you go back to that game. I mean, this is the perfect alternate game to have if you really plan on being serious about playing PoE 1. PoE 2 wasn't frustrating. I mean, PoE 2 was, I thought, pretty simple. Sub Zach, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, I made this. This is my own. I do all my own builds. Yeah. Yep. On YouTube, anyone check that could help me beat Lilith for this bar? PoE 2 is easy. All right. Sorry. I'm just trying to catch up on chat here. I'm getting behind. I would suggest, if you want to do a really good barbarian earthquake build, I would suggest you go to d4builds.gg and look at those. Those are really good builds, really solid builds. I think there's a few choices there probably. But you could also go to Maxroll, which I'm not a big fan of, but it's good for beginners, maxroll.gg, or you could go to Mobalytics or Icy Veins, and you'll find yourself a good build that you want, and then just follow it, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And the same is true for every game. Last Epoch, Lost Ark, PoE, PoE 2, all of that. If you're having problems, then go to one of those sites and pick a build that you like, and you'll flourish. You'll have no problems. Learn. That's how you'll be able to make your own builds, is learning those of why they're doing what they're doing, because D4 build's probably the worst at it, but most of those sites I just told you really explain the reasons why they're making the choices they're making. Shroud of False Death, there we go. There's mythic number 5. Good job. Good job. Guys, I do this Sunday through Friday, so if you can't get in on this one, same time every day, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you can't get in on this one, catch me. All you gotta do is make sure you're a friend with Main Biker Pound 1605. You guys tell me when you want to jump over to Durrell or something, we'll do it. As long as you're happy here, I'm willing to stay here. I can tell you, Madman, that if you put that in the game chat, you'll get people that'll run you through. They'll run you through, bro. You said you tried it though? Huh. That's interesting, because usually there's people that are more than happy to help run you through stuff in this game. It's actually been a very, very good community. Harambe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, guys, I'm getting a little behind over here. Sorry. Yeah, I think honestly, Ramon, I think PoE 1 is and again, it's been worked on for 11 years, but and I grew up with it honestly. When it started, I started playing it. I think it's just such a good freaking game. The crafting, the passive skill tree, everything is so well thought out. And the end game is awesome because you've got maps, you've got mining, you've got heist, so much to do. It's free. It's free. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. If you don't like it, you just uninstall it. There is a big community. I mean, it's, I don't know. I really prefer it, but over PoE 2, but that's my own personal choice. I kind of agree with you. I thought PoE 2 was super easy. Most aspects, I should say. Most aspects of it were pretty easy. And I just felt like it was lacking a lot, but it's very early release, man. I'm comparing it to a product that's been, you know, worked on for 11 years, so it's not a very fair comparison. Grandfather drop, there you go. That's awesome.
Brutal. I like it.
It's awesome, Jedi. Glad you got that. That's number 6 with 6 mythics. 6. It's kind of slow right now, today, it seems, but everybody's getting the stuff, I hope. I don't think Sixella has gotten anything yet. Oh, Sixella did. Okay, so at least everybody's gotten one thing. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I think somebody got, I might have been you, Sixella, got the Melted Heart, which is, you know, I mean, it's a spark. It's, or maybe it was the glaive, I forget. Lycander, whatever that thing's called. I just did a Cataclysm Druid yesterday. He's already at Torment 3. Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, oh yeah, PoE 2's got a long ways to go, but the core parts of the PoE 2 has got some issues. First of all, the ruins are absolutely stupid. The way they do gems is totally ridiculously stupid compared to PoE 1. Hate it. The passive skill tree, totally weakened. I mean, I mean, to me, those are core elements that are not going to change. But that's just, like I said, I no longer have it on my computer. I went back to PoE 1. PoE 2, after I ran it, said, okay, I'm done. I don't want to play this game again. It's just, I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to keep saying it over and over. GGG made it for a reason. They made it because PoE 1 was too intimidating for players. So they made a dumbed down version. And that's what it is. People don't like me saying that, but that's too bad. It's GGG themselves have made it crystal clear why they made the game. A lot of crybabies about PoE 1. Thought it was too hard. Lots and lots and lots. Whereas I thought it was perfect. So yeah, I'm one of those guys that are on the forums. There's many of them on the forums and on Steam that is saying, we gave up PoE 1 for this? Really? This is what you gave us, and you're going to drop PoE 1. We're not, a lot of the veterans are not happy. Not happy at all about it. Which is why they just now released 11 more ascendancies for PoE 1, because they realized that you're losing a lot of your player base. Look at how bad the player base has dropped on PoE 2. I mean, just plummeted. I mean, it's still pretty good player base, but it's way lower than what it was already. And that's, and then go look at PoE 1. It went down to 0 when PoE 2 came out, and now it's back up on the boards. I mean, because the veterans have all gone back to it. Yeah, it's just disappointed. That's all I can say. Very disappointed. I really look forward to it, and very disappointed with what they gave us. Well, I'm sorry, but you're wrong, because what happens is in ARPG games is it's very cylindrical. Each season, no matter what the game, so you've heard it a million times. Oh, D4 is dead. D4 is dead. Season 7 came, boom, numbers went through the roof again. And now they're dropping because Last Epoch is announcing they're getting ready to start their next cycle. You've got PoE 2, which is still, out there. And PoE 1, whoops, we're done here, guys. That's it. We're going to go to Darrell. Let me go back to town, grab mats. And PoE 1 is starting to surge again because the PoE people that are unhappy with PoE 2, like myself, are going back to PoE 1. But it's very cylindrical. Each time a game has a new season, the player base jumps for that game. And then as that season winds down, gets to about mid-season, which is where we're at now with D4, it starts to wind back down. Players start waiting for the next thing that's going to hit, which is Last Epoch probably is going to be the one that's got the next season. And then everybody will go there and they'll play that. I mean, it's just very cylindrical game. And it just goes over and over and over. I mean, it's just the way it's always been. I'm sure it'll remain that way too. All right, let's do that. And then we're going to come here. We're going to go to Darrell, guys. Let's grant some Darrell real quick. And see what we can do there. Trying to get you guys some mythics here. Right there. Yep, right there. I mean, I don't know. I think PoE 2 will turn into a good game someday, but it may not be something that I want to play because I just really was just disappointed in it, honestly. Very disappointed. Yeah, PoE 2 is, if you pay $30 for the early release, you can pay more, but if you pay $30 for the early release, you can go play it right now. Absolutely. Yep. It is definitely there. I think GGG is being fair when they tell people now that it's probably still a good 8 months to a year before the full release, because it does need some work. It needs some, definitely needs some work. I mean, you guys can go to my YouTube channel. I have all the PoE 2 bosses there. We run them. And people got really pissed off at me because I was kind of making fun of them, saying, you guys are saying these bosses are hard. And look, and I went like, Mad Wolf and all of them. First run, just down everything. It was super simple, I thought, but people got pissed off when I said that they were simple. And, oh, you're an elitist. You play this game 16 hours a day, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I don't. I played PoE 1, okay? PoE 1 was way more difficult than this game. But yeah, got a lot of you go to my YouTube channel, you can see the videos. People pissed off, you'll see it. Just go look at my Mad Wolf video. People upset. How can you just run in there and just drop that guy like that? Because it's pretty simple. I mean, PoE 2 here's how simple PoE 2 is, all right? Here's how PoE 2 simple it is. It's all about somersault, 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 somersault. I mean, and you can watch when I do it. It's like I make it easy because I'm just somersault, hit, somersault, hit, somersault, hit, somersault, hit. That's what the whole game is. That's really it. It didn't take me long to figure it out. First boss, I was like, okay, this game is all about just somersault, avoid, hit, somersault, avoid, hit, somersault, avoid, hit. Everything is extremely telegraphed. If the boss makes a sound, if the boss is yelling, somersault, hit. If the boss makes a sound, somersault, hit. And if you do that strategy on every boss, you're gonna go, oh shit, mage right. Hit somersault hit. They're all telegraphed every move. Now some of the bosses, like the Mist King, just stand right on top of him. You stand right on top of him, and just that's it. And there's a few bosses that strategy is what you do. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, I've uninstalled the game. It's no longer on my computer. Guess what game is on my computer? PoE 1. Flames, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And again, it's just an old man's opinion. That's all it is. But it seems like that opinion is pretty solid if you go to the forums, if you go to Steam. A lot of veterans of PoE 1 super not happy with PoE 2. A lot of them say, like I say, you could have just added this to PoE 1, but oh, they couldn't because too many crybabies crying about PoE 1 being hard. So that's out of GG's mouth, all right? Grinding Gear Games, the reason they produced it was because too many people were intimidated by PoE 1. Harlequin Crest, there you go. It's number 6, still pretty slow though. Yeah, PoE 2 does. Yeah, it has a pet class, absolutely. Cast on, yeah. Well, this game is underwhelming. You're right. I mean, but because we're dropping the boss in like seconds, but you couldn't drop this boss in seconds until you got to a certain point in the game. So that's, you know, and like I said, a lot of it is you get to a certain point in the game, you're done, and you can move on to another game and then come back when another season comes, if that's how you like to play. I think this game is perfect for guys that played PoE 1 or PoE 2, I suppose. And I'll tell you why. Because at PoE 1, this is where I found this game, honestly, is I was a PoE 1 guy. I played PoE 1 before I ever played Diablo. And I needed a game that when PoE 1 was kicking my butt and I was getting frustrated or, you know, just really pulling my hair out, I would come play this game. I needed another game, so I found Diablo. I came and I started playing it, and it's been perfect. It's the perfect game to come to because you can really mindlessly make very easy builds. You can mindlessly kill stuff. It doesn't stress you out. It's so easy to just enjoy for an hour, 2 hours. Shroud of False Death again. That's number 7. We're starting to see him drop once you get here to Durrell. This is where the big drops are usually. You know, and so for me, that's how I became a Diablo 4 fan. That's how, and Diablo 3. Yeah, I mean, that's how it got me here. Greetings, Modest, was, you know, hey, I need a game to step away from PoE 1 for a while so I can get some enjoyment instead of pulling my freaking hair out. This was perfect, the perfect game. I can come in here, I can do this over and level up my characters and make builds and play with different things. And then I felt better. I go back, kill stuff in PoE 1. You know, it was the perfect game for that. And so every time I brought somebody to PoE 1 or even to PoE 2, I told them, keep Diablo 4 on your, or Diablo on your computer, because you're going to want a game that you can escape and go and play that's not going to take a whole lot of headache. You know, it's just going to be a nice breeze. You're going to have fun. Just going to enjoy it for an hour and then go back to the stress. And I love the stress. I love PoE because of how hard it was. It's the challenge is what made it so fun for me. So this was a great game to escape to and come in and enjoy it for a couple hours, then go back. It was perfect. It was just perfect. But there's other games. I mean, I also did Last Epoch. I also did Lost Ark. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I do a lot of games. Once Human. I don't have like a one game. The one game that I've always gone back to is PoE 1. It is the one. And this game has become a game that I've really stuck with now because it's just the perfect game when I'm frustrated in PoE 1 or something like that. It's perfect. But I mean, I've done a Lost Ark, Last Epoch. Last Epoch is kind of under, it hasn't received the credit it deserves. Last Epoch is a very fun game. I mean, very fun. I don't do high pits ever. I'm at pit 120 and I don't go unless I have to. Above that, yeah, we're full modest. I hate the pit. I've hated it since season 4 PTR. I hate it. I'm not a pit fan at all. I do it if my followers need a high pit run, and then I'll run them through it. But I mean, I think I've stopped at pit 120 and I haven't gone it. I haven't needed to. It's like no reason for it. People like that, doing high pit runs in this game. I know that's a big thing people like to do. It's just not something I enjoy very much. My end game content to this game is what I'm doing right here, helping others get their mythic gear. I help them, I get them all geared up. After a few weeks of doing this, I'll leave, I'll go play another game. I'll come back when Sea Snake starts. So we started off the stream doing Infernal Hordes. We did what? I think we did two or three? I don't remember. Maybe 2. I think it was 2. So everybody was able to grab some Ovensight, which is awesome. Now they're getting some gear that they can use that Ovensight on. That was a big punch. Fighting. Okay. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, the grind is the grind, Jordan. It's just, I mean, for me, it's, I don't really, because I don't need anything. So it's, I'm just doing this to help these guys out. That's it. I'm not Heartless. I'm probably not going to be on a whole lot longer, to be honest with you. It's Sunday. I don't, you know, we usually do these. We just added Sunday in for people that couldn't get in on the weekdays, but it's not gonna be a super long stream today at all. So don't even sweat it, bro. I think I saw Chumba streaming super late last night, man. I think he started his stream at like 10:30 p.m. and I think the guy was streaming pretty long. I got a notification on my phone when I was in bed, and I was like, oh, okay. Someone's streaming. I was actually reading a book in bed. Yeah, he was on late. Oh, he did an early stream. Oh, I didn't catch that one. Huh. I missed that one. I'll bet you he did an early stream and then he went to bed. Some lives really close to me. Cataclysm build, the best build probably, I would say, and that's because he puts out the best builds to use on his site, would be d4builds.gg. I would bet you're going to find the best one there. Because Rob doesn't make his own builds. He finds the best builds, and then he'll use those, and he'll post it, and he usually gives credit to the person that he got it from. I don't know if he still does give him credit, but he used to. I don't really. I know that he's good at posting the best of the best. He doesn't waste his time with the lower tier builds. He's strictly going to do S tier builds usually. Yeah. Yeah, that guy Heartless. That guy. Yeah. Man, I'm sorry, but he does. Every time I see him, he reminds me of Beavis. Every time. And I thought he was doing it on purpose as a joke. But he's not. It's what he looks like. And I don't mean it derogatory at all. I'm just saying, wow. I mean, like, wow, wow, wow. What a freaking... You just... Yeah, I can't unsee it. The flowers are the witchcraft powers. It's the decay and growth. So those flowers, if an enemy steps on them, they get poisoned, and if an ally steps on them, they get healed. So with the flowers, if an enemy steps on the flower, they're going to be poisoned, but if an ally steps on it, they get a heal, which is kind of cool. It's interesting. The new witch powers have been very interesting. To play with them has been very interesting. Yeah, we were talking about Rob. He's another streamer. He's actually pretty well known streamer. Thank you, Tyrese. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate it. Like those flowers. See, I just stepped on it and it healed me. Yeah, don't attack him. You want to step on him. I did the same thing the first time I saw him. I was like, what the fuck are these flowers? What are these? Do I need to kill them or what? And I started attacking them. And then when I actually went and learned about the witch powers, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to just step on those and they'll heal me. And if I'm an enemy, they'll poison me. I was the same exactly like you, Modest. I first saw those flowers, I was attacking them like crazy. I was like, what are these? Where did these come from? They're obviously something new. Must kill. No, it's just trade in game. It's just a trade in game. There's a trade channel, kind of like PoE. But PoE, what's nice is it's got its own shop as well, which is kind of cool. And then really, if you really want to get down to it, there's also a site called Shop of Exile, shopofexile.com, and it's actually owned by a person that, and I'm not going to say their name, but a person affiliated with Grinding Gear Games. And so it's actually a really cool site too that you can use if you're a PoE 1 or PoE 2 player. But I mean, most of the time they're really, I don't know. It's I guess trade in PoE 2 is more necessary than in PoE 1 because the drops in PoE 1 are way better. But yeah, I guess in PoE 2 it is a little bit more necessary because some of the orbs become pretty hard to get until you get like the level 15 or 11, I guess level maybe even 9 maps. Some of the orbs are tough to get. In PoE 2. In PoE 1, they're not as difficult to get. It's a little bit different design of the game. But I mean, they're still difficult. I shouldn't say they're easy. They're not. Oh, if you're talking about like third-party trade sites, yeah, there are those. Yeah, you can buy orbs on Shop of Exile. Shopofexile.com. Go there. You'll see. You can buy orbs there. Go to shop. It's called shopofexile.com. I'm telling you guys, I've been playing PoE for a long time, years. You got a PoE question, I'm happy to help you, but yeah, you can get orbs. Yeah, you can get orbs there. You can get them. You can get them there. You can also use currency exchange in the game. Once you get to a certain point in the game, you can use the currency exchange and exchange some other currency for orbs, but it's usually such a low count that it's like, I don't know if that's the smartest way to do it. But yeah, there's a place called shopofexile.com. It's actually operated by a member of the Grinding Gear, an investor. Let me say this: one of the investors of Grinding Gear Games. Smart man. If you go to that site, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool site. You can find everything you want there. Just make sure that you change it set for PoE 2. If you have it set for PoE 1, you're gonna see PoE 1 stuff, and I think somewhere on it, it used to be in the corner, up in the right hand corner, you can choose PoE 1 or PoE 2. So it shows you just those mats, but you can also tell by if you just go to it and grind it down, you know, you'll see where it's which game it's for. Yeah, that's what most people do, is they do the exchange, but the exchange rate is really crappy. So that's why shopofexile.com is utilized by so many people. And you'll be amazed if you go there and look at it. I mean, you'll see how there's everything. Now, like the mirror orb, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now, but it's super expensive everywhere. I mean, because it's so rare. So yeah, you're not gonna want to go there and grab that because you're not gonna be able to afford it. Well, I mean, I guess you could if you make a lot more money than I do, but I couldn't. But yeah, I usually did the same as you, just exchange, did the currency exchange. And then years ago, I had a buddy tell me about shopofexile.com, and I went, well, then why the heck have I been doing this other stupid stuff? And he's like, yeah, go here, you know, pay $3 and have 20 regal orbs or whatever you want, whatever you're shopping for. Thank you, Chase. Appreciate it. All right, I will. I don't think I have any spare now. Like I said, I just created my druid last night. My druid. I don't think I have any spare stuff right now. But as I continue, I'll start hanging on to stuff for you, Jedi. I think the hardest thing to get is the Mahonic Ring, and you'll be given that. You'll be given one once you get to a certain point in the game. Like right when you turn 60, I think, maybe, yeah. You'll get it. It'll be over in the one of the rewards. It's one of the quests over by the Tree of Whispers. Like Galena or whatever. She's gonna give you like a whole series of quests, and then you're gonna get that Mahonic ring, the Mahonic ring. But it's only a 750 ring, but it's what I'm using on my druid right now until I get a better one. That is the hardest piece to farm right now. Probably one of the best rings out there for the druid, and very hard to get to drop. If you really want it, it's the best place to farm for it is Grigori, but even then, it's a hard drop. I mean, it just takes forever. Heartless has a couple of those rings. That's the hardest ring to get, bro. That is the hardest ring I think to get in the game right now for a druid. And then I think it uses that. My other one that I'm using is that Ariel. I can't say the name. Can't remember what it's called. It's what the heck is that ring called? Erida's Inexplorable Will. That's what it is. I wouldn't buy it, bro. I would just farm it and get it. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that ring. because it's well, I mean, maybe I guess if it's cheap, yeah. But yeah, the Mahonic Ring is one of the tough ones to get. I just got done running PoE 2 when we're now in Diablo 4. I actually don't play PoE 2 anymore. I switched back to PoE 1. I wasn't happy. I was disappointed with PoE 2. But I mean, we did run it. We ran it for a month, maybe a little longer. We had two characters. We had two characters in it. I mean, I guess so. We ran it a while. I just thought it was too easy. I didn't like it too much. I like PoE 1 though. I mean, I've been playing it for, gosh, 8 years, 7 years, something like that. But I want to say well over 300 hours, close to 400 hours in PoE 2. But that's because it takes you that long to get to maps and run maps, and it takes you a while. Not as fast paced as PoE 1 at all. Hair of Perdition, so that's 8 or 9 mythics that we've seen so far. Pretty slow drop rate today though, but that's awesome. It's awesome. That's what it's all about. You want to make sure, guys, that you're getting also saving mythics for your alts, because you can throw them in your stash. Your alt can wear it. It's bound to your account, but that means what that means is all of your alts can use it. Everything on your account can use it, even your spark. Everything can be used by all of your characters. I have a 4GA Rockonoth Wake. I'm wearing. I am wearing a 4GA right now. These right here, 4GAs. I like them. Probably not the strongest piece for this build though. Probably a Yen's Blessing would be way better. There's a 4GA Godslayer Crown. We'll save that. But yeah, they did some good fixes on the GA drop rate for sure. It was horrendous. You were getting more mythics than you were 4GAs, so they did a good job on fixing that. But I mean, I'll show you here. Let me do this. If you come in here, I have a tab for every, like, these are chest pieces, rings. There's some rings here. You've got boots, you've got weapons, you got pants, you've got jewelry. We've got a whole row of mythics here, not even including the ones that we've already broke. I mean, we broke a lot of mythics. We got more in our bag right now. Yeah, like I said, normally I started doing these runs a little bit late this season, actually, for you guys. Normally I start these a little bit earlier in the season, and then normally I'm already gone. I've already left this game and I'm playing something else, and then I come back right at the end of the season usually, make sure everybody's good on my clan and stuff, and then yeah, head into the next season. But because normally I would leave and go play Path of Exile 1. Last season we went and played Path of Exile 2. I think we did one season, we did Path of Exile 1, we did Once Human, we did First Descendants. We did all kinds of games. Probably season 3. Season 3 was just not very good. Well, I'm sorry that we missed Guess Who, because yeah, Aerodare is an explorable will ring is the other one you want for that Cataclysm Druid. Yep. And that drops at Varshan. I think Varshan. And Tempest Roar is the helm piece you're going to want to wear for the Cataclysm Druid. And that will drop at Durrell. Last night I tested the Hair of Perdition instead of the Tempest Roar. I like the Tempest Roar better. And now I'm thinking about doing a Rain of Arrows, because I'm telling you, we played that other day with Aged, and he's got a Rain of Arrows. I've done a Rain of Arrows build before, but this Rain of Arrows that he had was the most incredible Rain of Arrows I've ever seen. The entire screen from corner to corner was full of arrows. He literally was just, I was very impressed. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to try to make something like that. I couldn't believe it. I said throughout the entire stream that it was the best Rain of Arrows I've ever seen.
I like it.
What's up, Troy? Good morning. I like Hoda Barb EQ build right now, but you know, the Leap one is pretty cool too. I mean, the only reason I didn't do a Leap one is because I did a Leap one before in past seasons. So I don't like repeating builds, so I purposely did not do a Leap. I also did a Whirlwind one before, so hence the reason why the Hoda Earthquake one came. Now, I did do a True Blue Hoda build in season 1, but it wasn't Earthquake, it was just 100% Hoda. And it was broken in season 1. You could kill everything in one hit. Season 1 was broken bad. I mean, 2 hits maybe.
Greetings.
Greetings, Deathlock.
Greetings.
I don't know if I have any cool thingies on this guy. I think I pretty much...
This will be your last stupid mistake.
I don't think I've added any new ones to this dude. Nope, nothing new. All is good, all is good. Do you like... You can pet the bird with the hello emote.
Hello.
Oh, really?
Hello.
There you go. That's cool.
Greetings.
All right, here we go. I'm going to have to get off of here soon, guys, so we're just going to do some real quick speed runs here.
Greetings.
It's Sunday, family's home. They're all wondering, why are you going live on Sunday? I normally don't, but we're starting to do that from now on to try to help people that have to work and they can't get in on the runs during the week. Then it looks like I'm going to have to get myself some more maps for next week.
Well done.
Not a false death. That's awesome, man. So we're almost hitting about 10. I noticed something on my... Oh, it's because it's on Whispers. Oh. I had somebody whisper me. Sixella, Shroud of False Death. That's awesome, man. People are getting them. That's good mythic, too. That piece is used in so many different builds. It's hard not to use it. I mean, I'm actually not using it, and I have 3 of them in my bags, but I've tested it with this, and I like the mantle since they fixed it. But if I was a high pit guy and I wanted to go like to pit 130, I'm at like 120 now. I think at like pit 130, 140, 135, you're going to have to switch to the Shroud of Death. That's just my opinion. I mean, I just think that piece is really good. I like the mantle though because the explosion, since they fixed it, it's been a pretty incredible piece for me anyway. But a lot of people are using the shroud. Paragon 93. Well, I don't think any of the seasons are very challenging in Diablo 4. I mean, in PoE 1, yeah. But yeah, I don't think they're very. I think some seasons have been way more fun than others. Season 3 I thought was really, really bad. I think season 4 was the witchcraft, maybe witchcraft, or not witchcraft. I'm sorry, the vampiric powers. It was pretty fun. This season here with the witchcraft's been really fun. So for you, weekends are your time to play. Yes, that's why we try to at least get on here on Sundays and give people the opportunity. I hear it a lot. I'm surprised Guess Who isn't here, because he had requested for sure that I do a weekend run, and then he wanted me to confirm that I was going to do a weekend run, which we did, and he's not here. I'm like, damn. How do you get mythics, Brandon? There's several ways you could do, like we're doing, run bosses. You could get sparks by killing Lilith, or there's some things that you could do to get mythics for sure. You could run. Some people are getting them from the obols. So I think you guys, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to call it here. I've got to get some things done today, but I appreciate you all. I'm glad you were all able to join me and have fun. Catch me again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. We do this all again. I'm not going to break this party up. You do have to get at least a Torment 1 to get a Mythic. You do at least have to get to Torment 1, yes. I'm going to give you guys a chance to grab all your pieces here and come back. But I do have to get off of here now. It's Sunday. I'm not a Sunday streamer, but we are going to start doing these for a couple hours every Sunday. So you people that can't get in on Monday through Friday, like Jedi, can come in here and do these with me, and we can have some fun, and I can get you some gear. Today you did some Obudicite runs. You all got some Obudicite. Pretty awesome. I just want to make sure you guys were able to get everything out of your bag there before I leave. Brandon, thank you for the follow. Again, guys, so you can catch me another time. Let me do this again for you all. This is me. If you cannot get to Torment 4, that's what I'm here for. Let me put it on these chats too. I will drop myself down and run you through Torment 4. High level pit, so you can become a Torment 4. We do that. We, like today, we ran through Infernal Hordes, so people could get some Obudicite. We try to do whatever you guys need, because I don't need anything. It's strictly for you guys. So send a friend request to that name that I just put in there. And then, okay, good, Heartless, we'll do that. And then try to catch me at the beginning, Heartless, if you can, because that makes it so much easier once we can start off the stream doing high pit runs. You guys hear that? So Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we're going to start off the stream probably doing high pit runs. So no matter what level you are, you have to be, I'll drop down and I will get you there, and we'll make it happen for you. We do these quite often, and we've helped a lot of people. That's what it's all about. All right, everybody, take care, be safe.